We're back now to answer your legal questions. Joining me this week, as always, is Lakosha Roberts with the Southwest Louisiana Law Center. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me,
All
Ms.
right,
Agnes.
let's go ahead with our first question. I have a landscaping business and I have a contract with a local business. My worker and I have been mowing the business's lawn and doing landscaping according to the contract. However, my company has not been paid in over 2 months. Someone told me this might be a breach of contract. How do I prove if this is a breach of my contract? Can I sue to get the money that I am owed?
Well, Ms. Agnes, in this case, the gentleman may very well have a breach of his contract, but there are elements that he would have to prove in order to get to that conclusion. Now, there must be an existence of a valid contract that can either be a written or a verbal contract. With that, you must have an offer, an acceptance, consideration, or something of value that's exchanged between the parties, as well as an intention to actually create a legal obligation. Capacity is something that both parties have to have, and that's them having the legal ability to enter into a contract, and there must be an execution and delivery of that contract. Now, if any of these components are missing, then this contract may not be valid. Now, there should also be performance of the obligations. Now, your viewer must be able to prove fulfillment of his tasks, meaning that if he was supposed to mow the lawn, he has to be able to show that he performed his tasks, but the other party did not. Then there is the actual breach of the contract. If one side failed to perform the obligations as agreed, then our viewer may actually be able to show that there was a breach of the contract. And his question was, can I sue? If he can show that he suffered damages because of the breach of the contract, which is usually a financial loss, then yes, he may be able to sue and may be able to collect some financial loss.
All right. Now let's get to our next question. And that is, my adult son has been diagnosed with multiple mental illnesses. Several people have told me I should call the parish coroner's office for help with him. What can the coroner do? I thought the coroner only deals with dead people.
And believe it or not, a lot of people have that understanding that coroners only deal with death. But there are more extensive duties and obligations that the coroner's office has. Now, one of those things is the ability to issue an order called an order of protective custody or a commitment order. Now, in certain situations, the coroner may order an individual to be transported to a hospital for an examination if that person is considered to be a danger to himself or to others. That is when that OPC comes into play. Now, if someone believes a person may need immediate examination or treatment, there are steps that can be followed, and those are listed on the screen, such as physically going to the coroner's office to make the report, or you can call the office number that's on the screen after business hours. The witness should also complete and sign paperwork showing what behavior they have witnessed, and that witness will be interviewed. But please make sure you are truthful in providing your statements to the coroner's office, because if you do not, you can be fined or imprisoned if it's determined that your statements are false.
That is serious stuff.
It's very serious.
Well, thank you, Lakosha. And
all right.
Of course, if folks have their own questions for you, they can send them over to us at news@kplctv.com. We'll send them along to the folks over at the Southwest Louisiana Law Center, and you'll get your answers every Wednesday right here on 7 News at noon. Remember, civil matters only, please.